In this video, I'll outline a few probate tips for executors in New Jersey. I think it's important for people who are watching who are executors just to have a few tips that can help them navigate a process that has a lot of moving parts. Now, if you're wondering, my name is Khalid with Probate Property Playbook. I help families with all of the non-legal tasks of settling an estate, as well as helping people get the most for the inherited property in that estate. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the first tip. The first tip is to know your key responsibilities, right? This is important. And I always mention the book Executor Handbook just for letting you know what your responsibilities are. But a few responsibilities that you have fiduciary uh, responsibility to carry out are to gather the deceased assets, pay off the debts and the taxes, and then just basically do the best you can at distributing the assets in the estate, right? So again, your responsibilities are gathering all of the decedent's assets. So that means all the bank accounts, stocks, bonds, real estate, etc., etc. And then you letting the creditors know that this person is deceased, and you guys are going to be paying out of the estate if there is money to pay out of the estate to the debts that are owed, right? And then also, which is, I wouldn't say one of your more important responsibilities, but one of the responsibilities that will be ever prevalent is getting the inheritance to the beneficiary. So this is something to note because you want to know what your responsibilities are, and a lot of times it isn't just told to you straight out, and it's something that a lot of us don't learn in school. So, right? So, some of the common probate challenges that I see is dealing with contested wills, which is exactly how it sounds. I had a client who was a daughter of the decedent, and she had a will. She inherited some properties, few in state, few out of state, and the wife contested the will. And so when somebody contests the will, a lot of time it prolongs the probate process because now it goes from probate administration to probate litigation. And again, I'm not an attorney, but this is just me uh, kind of knowing how the process work from observing and working with families who are navigating this process. Now, when she had this will contested, then it was like a whole process of the money that she inherited being contested. Everything got put on hold. The houses, everything got put on hold. And as you can imagine, that is something that could be very stressful, to say the least, right? So it's important to know some of the common probate challenges because, again, as the head of an estate or the co-head of an estate, co-executor, co-executrix, you got to know that there's some things that come with this newly bestowed responsibility, right? So also, some of the common probate challenges is communicating with the beneficiaries, right? So, tips to kind of like sidestep this is to really get with a probate administration attorney, a probate litigation attorney if the will is contested almost immediately, just because any attorney technically can assist you with the challenges, right? But when you have an attorney who specializes in probate, from what I've seen, they're able to assist you more efficiently than attorneys who just take on some probate cases. And that's in my humble opinion. It's not legal advice. This is just something that I've observed, right? So tip number one, kind of going back, is to understand your responsibilities, kind of write it down, get the executor handbook. Tip number two is to hire somebody who is a probate administration attorney or just a probate attorney in general, estate planning attorney, just anybody in that realm. You want to seek somebody in that office who their niche is end of life planning or handling settling of an estate, right? So just understanding the challenges and understanding what you can do to kind of help you settle this estate the most efficient way, right? Now, another tip is one of my favorite tips is to simply stay organized. And it is one of your fiduciary responsibilities to keep an accounting of the estate. What does that mean? Essentially means stay organized on everything, dates, titles, keep having the title, having the deed, having all of these important documents in one place, and taking an accounting of the estate, just so when it's time to close the estate, you have all your ducks in a row, so to speak, and you're able to close out the estate and navigate the estate more efficiently because you are prepared and you are organized, right? And my last tip for the video for communicating, and I kind of touched on this a little earlier in the video, communicating with the beneficiaries. If there are multiple beneficiaries and stakeholders in a estate, um, get a third party. If you guys don't see eye to eye, get a third party. I played third party, and I've talk to people who are the beneficiaries on behalf of the executor, or just kind of like play like mediation. Now, I don't take on a formal role, obviously. I'm a real estate guy that helps people navigate the estate. However, I do have to put on a couple different hats to help people settle in the estate. And anybody who has settled in the estate, or if it's anybody who is in the probate realm and kind of do what I do or do something adjacent to what I do, they understand why I will have to put on multiple hats to help people settle in an estate or get the home sold that was recently inherited. But I think the best way for you to communicate with beneficiaries, in my humble opinion, is to kind of keep them abreast, maybe like send them like a weekly text or a weekly phone call. And that could be a lot because you're already handling a lot. However, it's best, especially if you have beneficiaries in the state who are like asking questions and don't know what's going on and want to make sure that they get their inheritance. You want to just kind of be proactive, kind of like how I am with my clients. I send out a daily text like, okay, this is what's going on with your home. This is how many offers we have on the table. This is next steps. And I kind of send that out because I wake up pretty early and I send that out to clients, right? So tips for communicating with beneficiaries would include being proactive and if need be, bringing in a third party. So if you guys got any value from this video or looking to sell your recently inherited home in New Jersey, give me a call, 973-352-7792. As a matter of fact, text me at 973-352-7792 with your name, where you're from, and then I'll just give you a call back same day. Especially if I'm not traveling, then I'll have my my admin kind of give you a call back, or I'll send you a quick text message and let you know that I'll get with you within the day. So if you guys, hopefully you guys got some type of value from this video. Thank you guys for watching. This is Khaled with Probate Property Playbook.